Welcome to Community Conversations. I am Queen Miss Ebony J. You're listening and watching 1230 The Buzz, your talk station, 101.1 The Wiz, and 100.3 Cincy's R&B station. If you've never listened to Community Conversations before, this is where we come to talk about nonprofit organizations and the great things that they're doing in the community and how they're making a difference. I hope you're ready for some resources because today on the show, I have in here with me the Melanin Junior Collective, and I have in here the program director, Miss Alisha Stevenson. How are you feeling, gorgeous?
I am well. How are you today, ma'am?
I'm good. It's always a pleasure when we get to link up.
Yes, it's been too long, way too long.
Thank you so much for coming to the I Am Queen Awards this weekend. It was good to see you. I know I was moving and stuff, but I did peep you in the audience. So I want to say thank you, sis, for showing up and supporting.
Absolutely. It was a wonderful event. I look forward to attending next year and actually helping out because it's such a good movement.
Thank you. Well, Miss Alisha, for those who are not familiar with Junior Melanin Collective, talk to us about what does the Melanin Junior Collective does.
Yeah, so the Melanin Junior Collective serves and supports young African-American teens. So we know that we just need the extra support dealing with mental health, finances, career, education, relationships, conflict resolution. We're kind of behind the 8 ball because we're dealing with so much as far as stressors. And we are just here to provide a community of support as well as resources to get our young ladies just ready for the world. We don't want them to have to constantly be trying to catch up. We don't want them to constantly be having to deal with mental health and finances. I know me, for one, I had a health situation that led to a lot of medical debt. And so I'm constantly pulling myself out of debt. So I want to be able to help them to take care of their health as well as to plan their finances and consider, are you going to the workforce? Are you going to college? Are you going to military? What is your cost of living going to be? Let's not live off of credit cards. Let's use it to our benefit. So teaching them those life lessons that we're learning as adults and instilling some of those seeds now.
How long have you all been around?
So actually we started when I was a police officer in 2008, and it was an effort to connect the young ladies in the community with the police and bridge that gap. And it was amazing. And we've actually been in contact with girls that we've mentored since they were 12 and they're now 25. And it is amazing. And we actually have a reunion brunch scheduled April 23rd, I believe, to connect with some of those gyms. So this is the revitalization of the gyms. And we rebranded as Junior Melanin. And again, like I said, since 2008, we took a little hiatus, but now we're back in full effect.
So what type of services or programming do you all provide?
So bi-weekly, we meet with the girls and we host workshops. And during those workshops, we provide dinner. And they also have free time just to kind of chat, do homework if they need to, or space to breathe. We also offer twice per month wellness coaching sessions and check-ins. And we communicate with the parents as well. So we're trying to tie all the loose ends and make it that community village type effort. So that's the work that we do. And we also have fun. We host the annual retreat. We host volunteer opportunities. Quarterly, we go out on outings just to have fun. After I got sick with cancer, I learned you got to incorporate fun too. And you can't wait until you get there, wherever there is, to enjoy life. So as we do work, we also play. So we do outings, just skating, urban air, run, jump, play, just fun stuff. And an annual fashion show. That's going to be our fundraiser. So we've been asking the girls, what do you want to do? And they want to have a fashion show. So we'll be connecting with you for that, because I'm sure you could give some nice insight on how to make that very successful.
Yes, looking forward to it. Now, this is the Melanin Junior Collective, for those who are just tuning in. I know we have the executive director, Miss Bridget Jones, who have joined us today. Also joining us with Miss Alisha Stevenson. I want to know from you as the executive board director, why is it so important for nonprofits like you?
Well, if you look at our children today, you will see that there's so much that's needed. Just going in and out of our schools, our local schools, our Cincinnati public schools, there are so many issues. There are so many things that the children are going through, so many traumas. The parents don't really know what to do. The teachers are frustrated, and it's kind of a big mess. And so, we want to be that voice, those people to go in, to step in, to kind of intervene and say, hey, like, there's help. We want to be able to help. We want to be able to provide a solution that we think can work for our children. And so, again, like Alisha said, that's the goal, to work with the child, with the whole child, not just bits and pieces of our children, but to work with the whole child, to bring about positive incomes, because we know that these kids are our future. And so, if we're not able to teach them and kind of lead them in the right direction now, who knows what could happen in the future. And so we want to, again, just step in to be that voice, that positive voice.
How do you go about picking mentors to help, lead in these efforts?
Sure. So we put out an application. First, if there's a person or people that we know that are doing great work in the community, we would, of course, ask them, but then we would put out the application and everything. And of course, with the background checks and things like that, just to get more familiar with the person. And then we'll do an interview as well.
Is there a specific age group that you all serve?
Currently, we are working with our high school students, so 9 through 12, grades 9 through 12 for now. But as we continue to expand, we want to also reach our junior high, and then we also want to reach our elementary students as well.
Is there a reason for the 9th through 12th grade? Was there a specific something that God laid on your heart when you created this organization that make that the age group?
You want to talk about the mentor program?
Yes.
I was talking to Alisha. I can talk about it though. So we have a mentor program, and part of our mentor program is connecting our children to adults who are that they're interested in. So kind of like to be like a job shadow or something in that nature, just to have them kind of think about what they want to do, and then have those people or that person, that mentor as a guide to kind of direct them and to give them more information about the fields that they're interested in. So our 9th to 12th graders, since they are looking at finishing school, completing their education, we kind of want to have that extra reinforcement there to kind of guide them along.
Now, I know the 9th grade, I think they said it's bad. It's the worst class. Like the 9th grade is the worst class across the whole United States. And they're having such a hard time really reaching them. And we can reach them in the 9th grade. It saves all the other years. What are some of the things, I know you all been doing this for a minute. I was hoping we would get a chance to talk to Miss Melinda. Hopefully she'll still be able to join in with us. But when you're working with them on that one-on-one now, because I just feel like back in the day when we was raised on principles and morals. It was just certain things you wouldn't do, you wouldn't say, we wasn't going. It was like it wasn't happening. But like now, these kids walk right past you, don't even answer the door, say excuse me, nothing. You won't even get a please, thank you. Like it doesn't come out. What are some of the things that you all are noticing, and what do you think is a possible solution? Because of course, what you all are doing is definitely a solution, the mentorship, the example, and the programming. But what are you noticing from what you've seen? Have you had to adapt your program at all to, reach up to where they are at in these conversations with the days and times?
But these kids are special. These times are special. They're not only dealing with the ramifications of social media and what that comes with, they're also dealing with Corona. Like they lost almost 2 years of socialization, and they've had a whole 2 years of straight fear being instilled. So it's almost like I might die anyway, so I might as well do whatever I'm going to do.
YOLO.
But, right? So they just want to be seen. They just want to be heard. They just want to be understood. And it was the same thing as a cop. Like I have not had in 13 years of policing to fight anyone, because I would let them know, like, no, I see you. I'm not judging you. I know you have a story. How about share your story with me? And when people feel heard and understood, they're more likely to want to try. They're more likely to want to make you proud. So just really seeing them, understanding them, getting their story, making it a safe place for what they're going through. Let them know there's nothing new under the sun. You don't have to be ashamed, as well as tapping into that health and wellness part, because we have to understand how we're sleeping, how we're eating. If we're drinking enough water, that's impacting how our brain works. That's impacting how our hormones are operating, our ability to focus and make better choices. So definitely incorporating that health and wellness part with the mindfulness, the meditation, and ultimately just showing them compassion and empathy.
Yes, they need that compassion. They need that love. Some of them don't get it at home. Some of them just don't really know what it looks like. And then, you know, they feel judged because they have all these things going on at home, and they get there and they feel like you're judging them, you're coming from them. So it's definitely a need. I'm glad that you shared that, because we all want to be understood, right?
Right.
But back in the day as a kid, I'm sorry, we didn't get a chance to have a voice. So I'm just trying to understand where this entitlement came from, because I couldn't tell mama what I wanted for dinner. I was eating what she made. These mamas are stressed out, and pills have went up, and food costs so much. Parents stressed out trying to please the kid to make 3 meals for all 7 of the kids. I mean, we got to figure out how did we get here? What you said, you right. COVID did happen, but how do we fix this realistically? Because they are growing up too fast. And we know the internet and the phone is the problem, right? We know that that's the source. So we can't stop what the internet's being put out there. But as a parent, we all have to step up and do a little bit more. And I think we have to start relying on organizations like your organization, like school, just to do it. No, back in the day, I read at home. I had work when I went over grandma's. Like it everywhere I went, it was going on. We need to keep that same narrative too, because if they don't have structure at home, understanding at home, and love at home, but they're getting it everywhere else, of course they readjust it, and then you got to reprogram them every time you see them.
And that's why we do want to connect with the parents as well throughout the program, just making sure they're feeling heard and supported as well, letting them know they're not being judged and they're trying their best, and we're here to support them and their children. And hopefully as we grow, we can incorporate more of the self-care aspects for the parents, or at least connect them to other organizations like I Am Queen, like Queen's Village, like some of the other free resources around the city where the parent can kind of get some self-care too, because a lot of our parents, and especially our Black mamas, we don't do self-care well. We're learning because we're dropping like flies, but we have to learn how to not feel bad about taking care of ourselves and take advantage of resources out there, so we can take that time and have that patience to instill those values into our babies.
This is the Melanin Junior Collective. I am Queen Miss Ebony J. You're listening and watching 1230 The Buzz, your talk station, 101.1 The Wiz and 100.3 Cincy's R&B station. I have in here with me the program director, Miss Alisha Stevenson, and I also have the executive director, Miss Bridget Jones. And we're here just talking about the Melanin Junior Collective. And of course, you know, they've been around since 2008. And they going long and very strong just to make sure that we save our babies, of course, our Black babies, because we see the melanin, right? So why exclusively for our Blacks and not others?
So we would love to be able to help everybody. But, you know, in business, if your scope is so wide, you won't really help anybody. So we had to decide to hone in on where our resources will best be utilized while still being effective. So with that being said, we focused on young Black teens, and we also know that there's still racism and discrimination that's impacting our scenario. So to try to put a dent in some of those things and help them cope with some of the societal discriminatory practices that they're dealing with. Some of them, they're mad and they don't know where they're mad. And there's still some oppression going on. So how do you navigate through that without just being angry and without being so depressed. So there's some special issues that we want to help. Not saying that other people don't have issues. They do. But we're going to focus on this right here just to stay focused.
Well, I know you all have an event coming up, and I want to make sure that we talk about it because I want everyone to come out and support it. What are some things that we can do to support you, and tell us about the event?
Yes. Bridget, are you still there?
I'm here.
So what's the day of our reunion brunch? That is...
So the brunch is April the 23rd.
Yes.
Sunday,
coming up.
Sunday, April 23rd from 11:30 until 2:30. We'll be at the Brace Building, 800 Compton Road, Cincinnati, Ohio, 45231. And the unit number is unit number 6. So basically what we're wanting to do again is, as we revamp the Junior Melanin Collective, we'll invite members of the Evanston Gyms, which, as Alisha said, was started back in 2008. So we'll kind of invite them there to share their stories, to share the different things that happened when they were in the group, and talk about where they are now and what they are doing. We also want to invite our teams that might be interested in the program, who might be interested for the teams in the program, owners and investors, and anybody who just want to be a part of it. It's for donations and brunch best dress.
You want to reiterate that, Miss Alisha, since her service is acting up?
Yeah, sorry, Bridget. We heard some of what you said, but Sunday, April 23rd, we are having a free reunion brunch. We're inviting our past mentees that participated in the program and anyone interested in learning more about joining or helping out with the organization as far as donations, as far as mentorships, offering your expertise and hosting a workshop for these young ladies. Like I said, it's free. We'll have food because y'all know I like to eat, and anything I'm a part of, we're going to have some good food. And come dress in your best brunch attire, wear your fancy hat if you want to. We'll take pictures, we'll shoot some commercials, and this will be the jump off of getting Junior Melanin back on track. And our website is juniormelanin.org. That will be up and running in the next 2 days, and we'll have a list of all of our upcoming events and activities.
Are you all on Facebook or Instagram?
We are on Facebook, Junior Melanin Collective. We will be on Instagram coming up here soon, so we'll post that information as well.
So make sure you all go connect on Facebook, go check out the website. If you have a baby, know a kid that you think should be a part of this organization, we have to save us, right? This is a great connection. Please make sure you do not miss out on the opportunity to get connected over there with the Melanin Junior Collective. Thank you all so much for coming on today and talking about all the great things you're doing. Thank you for volunteering your time and your energy and efforts, because I know you got a family, but we appreciate all the work that you all do, so that way our babies can be better.
Thank you so much, Queen. I appreciate you, and thank you for helping us spread the message.
No problem. Y'all make sure y'all come to the brunch, especially if you are a true alumni. You have to be in the building. If not, just come and check it out, because it's going to be a fun experience, and just get a chance to network. Bring your young kids through just so they can see what the organization is about, and maybe, just maybe, it may be a great fit and a life can be changed. That's what we're expecting. It's the Melanin Junior Collective. Again, head on over to their website. They're on Facebook. This is Community Conversations, and I am Queen Miss Ebony J. Always here to make sure that you are informed about what's happening in the community. If you have an event coming up, maybe in a nonprofit organization, and you would like to be a guest, all you got to do is slide in my DMs, or you can send me an email, msebonyj@radio-1.com. This is 1230 Buzz, your talk station, 101.1 The Wiz, and 100.3 Cincy's R&B station. I'll see you next week.